Hey guys. So I'm gonna share with you some random ideas. Are you ready? Sorry about that. A dark armored samurai that looks like a fearsome demon and uses a red glowing sword. Oh, red glowing samurai sword that drinks blood to fight. Yeah, yes, a blood drinking katana. That's quintessential edgelord weaponry right there. An abandoned mansion haunted by the ghost of a girl who died violently at hands of political enemies because her family refused to support the Empire. Eh. That just kind of reminds me of, Ghost Bell from Yu-Gi-Oh! You guys know what I'm talking about? It's one of the yokai girls. Ooh, spooky. Yeah, mostly Ash Blossom's a spooky one. Probably one of the most played cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! An underwater kingdom devastated by attacks by submarines from the surface world. Oh no, the submarines are attacking the mermaids. No, that's no good. All right, now. Yeah, that does sound like something that would probably happen if people did discover mermaids and got into a war with them. Yeah, probably. A speedy goblin scout in a green cloak, and it fights with a pair of fighting daggers. He makes a living attacking human travelers as revenge for losing his family due to anti-monster raids. Yeah, that just sounds like what would happen in if RPG heroes if RPG heroes and monsters were actually real. probably probably stuff like that. A special ring made of a natural stone with a hole inside of it that allows people to see what's hidden behind the veil of illusion. Alright, that's just a sight stone. Wait, I know all about those in Fairyland. They're especially, naturally made stones with, with holes inside of them that let you see through illusions. They're very handy, but, they can be really annoying if, they end up in enemy hands because, that obviously kind of gets past my illusion magic. Alright, now, a special super weapon that is designed to eliminate monsters that is up in outer space. It is designed to fire an anti-life ray designed to target monsters. Oh, that sounds like something super devious and evil. I don't like it. Well, if they're targeting non-humans, they might target all of them now, and that's not good. A villainous mob boss with a skull face mask that is red and striped with heart that's red and shaped like a heart and a skull. And he is the leader of the largest mafia in the city, known as the Valentine's Day Gang. It's just my, idea for Don Valentino, although I kind of replaced him with, the Knave of Hearts. Alright, now. A cybernetic fairy soldier that is able to bend and manipulate wind into cutting blades and can move as fast as the wind before people can react and uses invisible blades of air to slash enemies. Yeah, that just sounds like what would happen if wind magic was real. An armored police officer. An armored police officer with a pair of blue shades that fights with magical energy cannons in his right arm that shoots energy sheriff stars. That sounds pretty neat, not gonna lie. Now, that sounds like something we got in sounds like something that might, be inside of an old West world, yeah. Obviously I'll need to change it to a sheriff, obviously. Because why not? Alright, now, a cowgirl in a black two-piece dress that uses a special rifle that pulls off trick shots. She is so skilled that she can shoot across the ocean itself and hit a dime in one shot. Yo, that just... Hey, you remember that one character in, Bravely Default 2? The Indian girl that, got, remodeled into a cowgirl? Yeah, that shoots, like, supernatural shots and, was able to shoot you when you were trying to climb a chain to, get to the bad guy's lair? Yeah, I thought she was pretty cool. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. I kind of forgot the character's name, though, I'm sorry. A strange mollusk-like creature that resembles a blue-green slimy snail with a hard red shell and sharp spikes on top of it is slow-moving and immune to most forms of damage from predators. Obviously, it's got you. Alright, now. Alright, now, sounds kind of... Alright, that just sounds like, some of the monsters, some of the, early, Yu-Gi-Oh! Snail monsters from early Yu-Gi-Oh! Snail monsters. Yeah, they weren't, like, super... That was back, when they, were just, weird monsters with, and when, Photoshop backgrounds. That were kind of, looked like they were made by students. Kind of reminds me of when I was, doing graphic design, in high school. That was a long time ago, obviously. Alright, now, a strange whip move that is used by some form of slimes that lash out with a goo-like whip that hits repeatedly and with a powerful beating from a whip. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, slimes are very elastic and very stretchy, so they probably could, some games they do have the ability to shapeshift. Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Clayface. Yeah, you guys obviously know who Clayface is. I don't need to tell you that. He's like, he's like a giant mud monster that, is like in Gotham City. Yeah. Wait, isn't there like multiple versions of Clayface again? Yeah, that's like in the comics though. Yeah, the one that I know is that washed up actor one, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you later. Remember to fly like bat and shine like the moon. Yeah, sorry for the background noise. My neighbor's kind of cutting grass, so I apologize for that. But thank you very much. Bye-bye now.